On the other side of the Atlantic, the students at the fighter pilot school are hoping they'll be next, to be picked to join Bally and the Lightning Force.
Next one, please.
First, though, they need to complete this course.
Although I do hope the dinghy inflates.
Like all military pilots, they need to know what to do if they have to eject over water in an emergency.
Okay, so flying along our level. Also near, eject, eject. You're now out, it's 200 feet. 150, 150 feet, 0 feet, in you go.
These guys are going to be fighting in the air. People are going to try and shoot them down.
So big sweep left, cover below.
See, if they've ejected from their aircraft, they don't have any protection. They are going to be descending under a parachute. So all their survival equipment is essentially strapped to their body.
Release. Just give it a kick away once you've got it.
The school trains pilots for the Air Force and the Royal Navy. Danielle, known as Danners, whose husband flies for a low-cost airline, is retraining to be a fighter pilot. She used to fly Navy helicopters.
I was deployed out to the Caribbean, where we were predominantly involved in humanitarian and disaster relief, following a series of hurricanes in 2015. And that was immensely rewarding, being able to use an aircraft and operate an aircraft that you've trained on to help so many people.
Britain has only 8 frontline female fighter pilots, and Danners is the school's only female student.
I don't see myself as the stereotypical kind of alpha male fighter pilot. Very confident, very outgoing. That just hasn't been me. So I'm just always been of the opinion, I'll keep going until someone finds me out, until they realise that actually I'm the wrong person for this and I probably shouldn't be here.
There we go, and now he's up.
Today she's pulled out of the sea by the Coast Guard helicopter from Carnarvon.
Morning.
Good morning.
Danners is a few weeks ahead of young dad Andy and former windsurf instructor Sedge.
Happy? Plunger in, all the way open, then make sure it's clear.
While they learn the basics,
Do you know what ATO stands for?
Air tasking order.
Here you go.
she's moved on to mastering the jet at hazardous low heights.
This is normally quite a busy area around here, potentially for people entering low level.
In this sortie, Danners has been given a target that she'll have to fly over exactly on time, with only a 5-second margin of error. To make it there, she'll be flying at 500 miles per hour, just 250 feet from the ground, a height that is littered with hazards.
Potential tree clutter from there.
Normal flying is at 10,000 feet. Today she'll be completing her challenge 40 times closer to the ground.
250 feet would be flying just below the top of Big Ben, or in piloting terms, you'd just be able to see the legs of the cows. If you see the legs of the sheep, you're flying too low.
Sitting in the back seat of the jet, it'll be up to instructor Keith whether to pass or fail her at the end of the flight.
Anything at all you're worried about? Messing up? You know, it's like anything, when you want to do well in something, you know, you've rehearsed it in your head, you've gone through it over and over again, and then you're bound to make a mistake at some point. Everybody does.
On the front line, low-level flying is a vital skill to support ground troops, perform search and rescue, and deliver humanitarian aid.
It happens.
The clock is ticking. Danners only has 20 minutes to get to Herefordshire and find her target. She's got a 5-second margin of error. Otherwise, she'll fail the sortie.
It sounds like it's not easy at all.
It's a learned skill.
Victor 83, squawk 7413. 7413, Victor 8.
Flying this low is littered with hazards. Danners will need to avoid buildings, trees and pylons, not to mention other aircraft, paragliders and birds. All at 500 miles per hour.
Echo 7, Victor Yankee Tango 83, entering the back loop from the south at base 7.
The route even takes her through the narrow valleys of Snowdonia National Park.
I'll let you 250 feet round the loop, okay? Roger.
Flying at 250 feet requires concentration. Any lapses in concentration, the margin for errors being that close to the ground, requires quick reactions.
Traffic. Traffic.
There'll be other aircraft out there.
Roll out, following, roll out, roll out, roll out.
Sorry. I was just trying to get separation.
That's right, it's easier to see him. There he goes, faded. Okay.
Looking ahead to see any terrain that's rising in front of you and reacting to that.
Set the angle back now. Pull to the hazard.
And making sure you don't get distracted by anything that's inside the cockpit rather than looking out the window.
The onboard computer alerts Danners if she dips below 250 feet.
Low height, low height.
Danners is now close enough to begin her attack run. She can now see the target, some farm buildings. The diamond on her screen is highlighting them.
No, timing on time.
She'll need to fly over them just 5 seconds before or after the clock reaches 0.
Good morning. This is the Ryanair F4 something information on frequency.
The airspace and radio chatter are extremely busy. Danners must concentrate.
Helicopter Romeo Sierra, request for the active departed Tiger.
Time is running out.
How's it going? Still readability 4 at best at the moment. We've got 2 Are you transiting shortly?
Stand by. Okay, visual the silos.
Danners has successfully made it to the target with 2 seconds to spare, but safely within her margin of error.
It was busy, there was quite a lot of traffic around today. It kept us working hard, but they were so much fun. I could have definitely improved in a few places. I did feel a little bit scrappy at times.
Despite her nerves, the instructor passes her.
She was on speed, she was on time, and her interactions with air traffic and outside agencies was good as well.
How are you feeling now?
A lot more relaxed. Obviously, you know, it's a small milestone in the course. There's still a lot more to go.